I am recording this. There we go. All right. So how can we help ourselves to embed this very, very important skill that all of us use on a daily basis for our students without separating it, without making it something extra? Well, we have a brand new tool. Larry, we have a brand new tool.
Typing.com.
It's actually not brand new. We've had it for quite some
Yeah.
time, but some people have found it faster than others. And some people have used it for quite a while. When we were just using the free version, we actually are paying for it now, which means that it's got some really great features in it for us to use. Typing.com. And there's a couple of ways for you to get to typing.com. And today I'm going to ask you to go through the easy way. And that is we're going to all go to typing.com. Literally typing.com, and then it's going to ask you to log in. And when you log in, you're going to log in with Google, and you're going to be my student today. So if you'll say that you're a student, you can go back and forth between student and teacher because you're teachers. So we'll go ahead and start you on student. So if you'll go to typing.com, I'm going to go to typing.com, and I am going to go ahead and share out this one here. Here we go. And I'm going to click login, and I'm actually going to log in as the instructor because I'm going to show you some things that you can do. So I'm going to log in as an instructor. Did you see that little window, Larry, or did you just?
Yep. No, you're good. You're good.
Sure. I just want to make sure. And I'm going to log in with Google. Oh, is that a?
Yeah. Catherine, you have a question?
Sorry, I think you just answered it, Misha. I got confused between Google and Clever. Which one you want to just go through? But it's Google. Sorry.
Yeah, if you go through Google, then you'll have the option where you can go back and forth. Your kids will probably go through Clever, obviously, to get in. And once they're in, you're going to notice that some of your classes are already built. And that's because Clever builds them for you. So you're going to already have that component. And even if you log in with Google, it will still attach to your account. So don't worry that you won't have access to everything, because you will. I'm going to actually show you how to build a class today. And now those classes should stay in there. Now, is that right, Larry? Because I think that's what Eric said. That
I hope so.
Yes.
The one thing is that with Clever, the way it works, it builds the classes. So not all resources keep the classes that we build, but we'll find out as we go.
Unfortunately, I don't have students attached to me, real students. You're going to be my students today, but so because I don't have students attached to me, it's probably not going to keep my classes. So because I know that I built a class like last week and it wasn't there. And I think because when the sync happened for me, it was not there. But from what I understand, if you have students that are attached to you, that those will stay, but
Yes.
I cannot promise that is going to happen, because sometimes, as we know, technology decides to go a different route than what we think or what we assume is going to happen. So please don't get upset with me if, oh my gosh, the class is gone. It's the other classes that are built in Clever, that with all of your students, they will already be rostered in there. Okay. All right. So you're here at this main page, I'm assuming, and you're going to see that there's some text correlations here from Texas, and that's important, because really everything is now we're because of the test is online now. Of course, now the focus has become that we need to make sure that our students know how to keyboard. Now, before we get in there, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at activities and tests and different things, what we can use with our students. But I do want to stress to you that using typing.com is not just, okay, kids, you're on your own and you're doing this. There are some games that they can play in there where they can go against each other to see how fast they can type. Yes, that would be good. But if this is going to be a lesson, it needs to be a real lesson where we're up walking around and we're watching where those fingers go. There's a lot of this where they're using just a couple of fingers. I know we've all been guilty of it, even on our phone. I know most of us use one or two fingers, and that's fine because that's on our phone. But what I have found for myself is when I know where all the keys are. I've been doing this a long time, but even so, I am way slower when I'm using just my two fingers than I am when I'm using all of my fingers. And we want to make sure that speed gets increased for our students. Why? Because they only have so much time to type out their answers for the dreaded test. And we want to make sure that they have the skills that they need to get through that. And this is one thing that we can do to help them increase their speed, as well as help them to learn this very, very important skill that's not going away. We're not going to stop typing. Yes, we do have voice typing. Yes, we have AI that can help us, but there's always going to be a need for us to type. Always. Right, Larry?
I agree.
All right. So anyway, there are some really good, let me go back to the dashboard here. There are some really good resources here on this front page that will help you to kind of, they're like flyers in a way that kind of help you to kind of understand, oh yeah, this is a really good resource. And there are lessons in here, and you can create your own lessons in here to help your students. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to my classes here. Okay. And you can follow along with me if you want to. And under my classes, since I use Google to log in, I want you to look right here, sync with Classroom. So basically, if I've got Google Classrooms that I've been created, I can sync with that. So I'm going to go ahead and try that one. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. So now what it's doing is it's connecting with my Google account. And I have quite a few Google Classrooms that are in there, and it's pulling all the information from all the different classrooms. And now it's going to ask me, okay, which of these classrooms would you like me to sync with? I can sync with as many as I want, or I can just sync with one or two. So I'm going to go ahead and do practice classroom. I'm going to go to add it right here, and it's going to sync it. And I'm going to say sync selected classes.
Okay. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you have Google Classrooms also, and sometimes you have new students that come in. That's why you would have to resync to make sure
Yes.
you get those new students that come in. We get a lot of calls all the time of, hey, I have a new student, but they're not in my Google Classroom, because they did this a resource like Pearson or typing.com. They synced the first time, then they need to do it again. Now with Clever classes, it's going to bring them in automatically. We're just talking about Google Classroom.
Yes, the way that I just did it right now, where I sync with my Google Classrooms and I pulled in a class. Let's say that tomorrow I invite Larry to be in my classroom, but he's not showing up on typing.com. All I have to do literally is, click, and then I'm going to sync again, right? And then once I sync, then it'll say, okay, and it's going to go back in there. And if anybody that was new that was added, then they'll pull them into the typing.com. You'll have to do that manually every once in a while, when you get a new student, if you're using the sync. But if you're just letting Clever do its thing, of course, they're going to be, like Larry said, they're going to be added automatically. I want to draw your attention to where it says curriculum here. And you see this one says Miss Daniel's class is first grade English. And then the practice classroom has legacy English. There are a lot of different curriculum, and they're all by grade level that are within typing.com, and we'll look at that in just a second. But you're going to need to be aware of what curriculum you're using if you're going to be creating lessons, because that's going to matter as to what your students are going to see. That's really important. We were kind of playing with that earlier, and we were like, oh, okay, so if it's not in the, it's not just going to be on there for everybody. We have to make sure that we're very cognizant of where those lessons are going that we do create, so that way our students who are in that particular curriculum will be able to find them. Okay, so I just added a class here with Google Classroom, but I can also add one manually. So I create a new class, click the create new class button, the blue button, and you can name it. And I'm going to name this one My Sharks class, just for fun. All right. Now here's that curriculum piece we were just talking about. I have the ability to change that based on the students. Maybe this is an after school class and I'm going to be working with fourth graders. So I click on it, and of course there's a whole bunch to choose from, and I can choose, oh, here's fourth grade English right here. You'll also notice that the legacy means that it's using all of the TEKS from previous years, where the ones that have just a grade level are the most current TEKS that are out there, just so you know. And you don't have to worry. And of course, they have Espanol and they have Portuguese. They don't have Russian. I'm so sorry, Natalia. They don't have that. I know that can be a little tricky, especially with the keyboard issue. But again, we want them to get proficient with their finger movement, right? So and I understand that's what you're looking to do as well.
Now, take a look at the keyboard layout. It has some other options there in the website language.
For the, for here?
Yeah. No, below. Class content settings.
Oh, right here. Here we go. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. You know what? I never even noticed this before.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, Larry, because I wouldn't.
Do they have Cyrillic? No?
Go ahead and click it.
Cyrillic, where's that? Am I missing it?
Now we don't see the open of the window.
Website language.
No.
English?
I
Oh,
see
you
new.
cannot go down?
That's as far as it'll go.
Scroll down? No?
Yeah, that's as far as it goes.
Okay.
This is all that we have as of right now. That
Okay.
doesn't mean they won't add more later. So,
Let's
but
hope.
yeah, I'm sorry that they don't have the Cyrillic.
Yeah, that's okay.
So they have Icelandic though. That's what's interesting.
It's kind of too far.
Yeah, but it's like they have Icelandic.
They do have Croatian.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's
And
going to
maybe
help.
Serbian. Serbian definitely is almost the same. Yeah.
Is it? No, I don't see that.
Yeah.
Serbian, yes. Srpski. Mhm.
Okay. Well, I mean, they have quite a few languages here. But like with everything, things get better with age, right? Well, most of us get better with age anyway. That's what they tell me.
I like your attitude.
But with the website language, so if you wanted to change how everything was appearing to you, you can actually click in here. And I'm sure, there's only a few languages that are in here. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on English for me.
And that we don't see actually, Misha. We don't see the.
You didn't see this one here?
No.
Okay. That's interesting.
The drop down we don't see.
Okay.
Both the layout and the website.
Okay. I apologize for that. And I'm going to go ahead and click create class. All right, creating my class. Now I can add another class, or I can add students to this class. Now adding students to this class is really pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and add students. And actually, you're going to join this class with me here. I can add a single student where this is a student that hasn't been in there before. You put in, you have to like manually put them in. You can add a whole block of students at one time. Here's what I would do. I would do this one right here, which is students self-join. They're going to get a code and they're going to join, because that's how you're going to join. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you'll see right here, this is a code, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy this code, highlight it, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Here we go. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is all going to work just the way it's supposed to. Okay.
Now it's not a hot link, so copy and paste.
Yeah. It's not a hot, yeah, you have to copy and paste it in, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll get some people in here. Has it working for anybody?
I'm coming.
It works.
Okay.
Yep.
I just use existing on mine.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and open this class up here. It says, my class is empty. I don't have any students in it yet. Oh, no, I have one who is requesting to join. Let me review. My apologies. Let me go ahead and put them in here. All right. And we're going to put check marks by both of them because they want to get in. So now I have 2 people that are in. All right, let me go back in here again. Oh, I have another one. So let me refresh here, and we're going to put Teresa in there. Now you notice there was an X there too. So maybe somebody's trying to get into your class and maybe got the code. You know how people are wise guys every once in a while. So you don't have, they have to actually ask you to join. They don't just join automatically, which is kind of a nice thing, because then you have the power to say no if it's somebody that you don't want in the class, which is kind of nice. Okay. Is anybody else having an issue getting in? Are we good?
I'm struggling a bit, Misha.
Okay. Yes. How can I help you?
I Went mute. Are you?
You went mute there.
Sorry.
There you go.
When I try to just put it into the search bar to go in like a Zoom call, it doesn't work. It tells me I'm no longer. And then when I'm in the typing lesson, I'm in the program itself. I can't find the bar that says join or create. I just have
Okay,
kind of.
so this, since this is a complete link, what you'll want to do is you'll want to copy from the chat and put it into the address bar and then hit return, and it should populate to where it's going to take you to that class, or it might ask you to log in.
Yeah, but I would recommend that you open up a new tab.
Yes.
And then paste it in, and then it'll say log in. Use your Google account this time.
I'm in on my Google. Gosh, I hate to hold everybody behind.
No.
I'm in on my Google. Is it okay if I share my screen and see what's
Sure,
happening?
absolutely. Yeah, let me stop sharing. Okay, go for it. Use existing. I would use your existing account, right, Larry?
Yep. Or you can use your Google account. I used my Google account.
Yeah, I just use my Google too. I just clicked on the Google button and it, because I'm already in Chrome, it logged me right in.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and then I go here, I search it in, and I'm getting this. And then when I'm in the class itself, or when I go to join a class, I can't find a button here to paste that in.
Okay, all right. You know what? Let me get the new link for you. Give me just a second. Maybe I need to be able to invite you again. So let me go to my classes.
No, I do see that you're in and using Safari.
Oh, is that what it is?
Try open up your Chrome.
Okay.
That way it can link to your Google account.
Yeah, there you go. I think this might be the same link, but we're going to go ahead and put it back in here again. There we go. I think it's the same one.
There it goes, I think. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
It's the
All right.
this side, right, Nisha?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'll stop sharing now. Thank you.
No.
No worries,
It's all
you're
right. No
good.
worries. We want to make sure everybody, gets the correct experience. That's important. All right. So we've got some people in, and we've got some other people that have just recently joined. And it's okay if you want to be spectators. That's fine too. For time's sake, we want to make sure we get to everything that we wish to get to today. So I'm going to go ahead and share out my screen again, and I'm going to go back to the teacher portal here. All right, so you're seeing my class settings, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and X out so I can go back to the main classroom. Okay, so I've got 3 people that are in there. Hopefully we'll get a couple more in there as we move along. Actually, I think I should have another request. Oh, good, I have requests. So let me go ahead and just take care of those really quick. There we go. All right. Now we should be good. Okay. So underneath my classes, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an assignment for my people here. So I click on assignment. Okay. And we're going to make a new assignment for my class here. But before I do that, do I even know what typing.com has? Yeah, I can make an assignment, but if I don't know like what kind of content I want to build, I might want to do that first, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go to my lessons and tests. All right. Now I made this test a while ago. So this is one that I've created. So to create one, all you do, it's telling me right here that I can click the custom lesson button. There's also some curriculum that we will also look at. If you look down here on the left side, you'll see where it says curriculum here. They've got lots of lessons that are built in there. You don't have to create something brand new, but I'm going to show you how you can create something new. And I'm going to show you how you can pull in something from the curriculum as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so if I go click on create the lesson button, it's going to ask me, okay, what kind of lesson is this going to be? Is this going to be a typing lesson? Is this going to be a typing test? Or is this going to be a written prompt? Wait, written prompt? There, written prompt.
Well, what if you're doing a social studies assignment on the War of Independence and you bring in some of the text from the textbook and bring it in where they type in? That would work.
That would
What
work.
if you're doing something in science and you'd bring in that lesson. I mean, why not? Or maybe a writing prompt where it's something maybe that the kids created.
Yes, I
Where
clicked on the
you
writing prompt. Yes,
Yeah, and so you can do that and bring in the writing prompt. Oh, I was talking about tests,
well,
but on the
either
writing
way.
prompt, you can bring in something that is you want them you're just curious about. For example, what would you like to talk to George Washington about?
Yes, you get
And
to
then you
choose the
bring in,
question.
yep.
Or perhaps we're reading a really great fiction novel, and I would like to hear your thoughts on one of the characters. I could type that in here, and then then the students would then be able to type on over that. So you always have to put a title to it. So maybe this is going to be book character or whatever it is that you want to put in there. You can put some introduction to the lesson. So this would like be where your instructions would go right here in this. You can see this, correct, Larry?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I just want to make sure. And you see the lesson status, it's either visible or it's hidden. Why would I want to hide a lesson?
You don't want to assign it right now.
Maybe I'm working on it. Maybe I want to add some stuff to it, and I don't want my kids seeing it right away. So I can hide that lesson, kind of like when we do a draft, like in Google Classroom. We can make that draft, get it exactly how we want it, and then we can assign it later. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this one visible. Now it says availability. Only your classes, which I have 3 classes in typing.com right now, or entire district. So I could, like, if this is something, this is a really great writing prompt, I could actually share it out with the district, or maybe we have some of our district people who want to share information out or share different writing prompts out with everyone. They can put it through the entire district, and then you'll be able to pull that in for your students. So, that's how that works.
Can you single out to a specific class that you have?
Display with only my classes, not district wide. I can just do
Okay.
with my classes. So if I click on my classes here, and you'll see here the curriculum, it automatically, because the last lesson I built it for kindergarten. I can X this out if I want to, and then I can choose which one. And I wanted to choose 4th grade because this is where we're all living. We're living in that 4th grade classroom right now. And then I put my prompt in here, whatever my prompt is going to be. What should my prompt be, Larry? Which character do you most associate with?
Yeah, that'll work.
Do you most identify with in the story?
Yep.
If I could spell. There we go.
I
You
was
guys should have
thinking
done Larry's
like
favorite book.
I was thinking like, what is the main idea and why of
Yeah.
the story? Boom, and then that kind of thing.
I'm gonna put like that, and why?
Sorry,
Okay.
Michelle. I was just gonna
Just-
say you should have done Larry's favorite book.
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Oh man, y'all remember that from last week?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got to look at it again today too. It's okay. It's all right. We're just giving you a hard time.
I know, and I deserve it.
So now with the writing prompt, we can put a word count in there. We don't have to allow formatting. You can say no or yes. And the formatting, of course, means that some of those special characters that go along with, as we're typing along, sometimes we can make it bold and things like that. I'm going to say no, we don't need formatting in here. And I am ready to create my custom prompt. Hopefully, oh, nope, it's going to ask me for a word count. So maybe what's my maximum word count? What, like 300? Yeah, like I'm going to give everybody that much time, right? And how much time? And I can make it unlimited time, or I can actually put a time limit on here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it since it's optional. All right, and I am going to create custom. All right, so here is my book character. It's right here. Okay, so now if I go into my assignments, I'm going to create a new assignment. Okay. Now, this assignment was actually given to me by somebody else, the assignment that you see in here, but I'm going to add an assignment, and we're going to add it from the core curriculum, because remember, that's where we put it into that curriculum piece. It's not an assessment, it's an assignment. And so I'm going to go with the core curriculum, and who am I going to assign it to? I'm going to assign it to my shark class, and only my shark class. All right. And I have three people in here. So I'm going to go ahead and assign it to all 3 of you. And which lesson is it going to be? It's going to be the book character. And you see it says custom. Can you see this or can you not see this?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, okay. I'm going to choose the book character custom and I'm going to click continue. And the title of this assignment is going to be which character? Okay. And I don't need to put the description and I don't have to put a due date and I create assignment. All right. So now all of you should have that assignment in your classes. So if you all click on assignments, you should see that now. And hopefully you do see it. And it's okay. You don't have to put a whole lot of information in there. Because now I'm going to get some reports on that based on what you all put in there. And this is actually going to be like, I'm going to have to grade these, of course, looking for the content, and it's not going to do any of that stuff for me. It would if this was where you were actually typing something else that I had assigned for you to type, but I actually had you answer a question, a prompt.
Now, did y'all see that you had to go to that custom lesson on the left side, and then you see the one that's called sharks?
Yes. So you want to show that, Larry, so they can see what it looks like from your side? Let me stop sharing. There you go.
So hang on, let me go into the beginner. Okay, so that way they see it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is kind of like what you see at first when you go in. This is the getting started. So a student can just jump in and start working.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the custom lessons created by your teacher, if I click on that, there's the one that says sharks.
Uh-huh.
Then I click on that and I'm ready to go.
Now, I think that might be the assessment because we named it which character.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
Well,
I think that might be the test one because there should be one for an assignment.
Let me see. I don't see it. Now this is advanced. This is the skill builder. Here I have tech readiness, typing practice.
There's actually, it should be under assignment. So if you go to, let's see, I'm looking at the top there, but I don't see it on your page there. It's interesting.
Achievements, themes, tests.
No, I don't see it. Does anybody else see something different on theirs?
Typing practice, your problem keys, which are plenty.
Yeah, I think for all of us.
Stories.
I know I'm not seeing it there. That's interesting. It should be under custom lessons, but it was called which character? Because I did assign it.
Refresh. No.
Let me check it here. Yeah,
Is
it was
there a
assigned.
save? No, there's no.
No. So if I click on it, let me see. Yeah, all three are listed in there. Maybe you need to refresh.
Yeah, I did that once, but let me try it again. Digital literacy, intermediate. No, this is all the runs.
What do you see, Teresa, and what do you see, Rebecca?
I'm trying to look for the same thing, but I can't find any place where it says assignments.
Interesting. Because I know that it shows up at the top like you've been assigned this. Did you find it? Oh,
No.
you're saying goodbye. That's right. You lift your door open. I forgot, Larry.
Yeah, everybody's waving at me.
Yeah, they're going to lock us in here tonight.
Here's coding. But no, I don't see
that's
it.
Interesting because it should be there. There should be oh wait, you're in legacy, right? Is that what you're in? Do you see where it says legacy over there? As you click on that, can you go to another one or is it stuck in legacy?
No, I'm in legacy, yeah.
Okay.
Mine is stuck in
Setting.
legacy.
Yeah. Join code. Here's where you could join with a code.
With the code, yeah.
Mine
I
is
can
showing
change
fourth
the
grade.
theme.
It's showing fourth grade. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're still not seeing the class.
No, ma'am, not the
Hmm.
assignments. I saw what Larry said about the custom lessons where it says sharks,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but not the one that she just made.
Interesting. Because I know it should show up. I mean, we've tested this out a few times and it was working before. That's interesting. The only thing I can think of is if go ahead and maybe log out of typing.com and then log back in and
Let
use
me try, guys. Don't do it. Let me do it.
the Google again there, Larry.
Yeah, let me do that.
It came up.
It did.
Yep.
There it is.
That's what
There
it
is.
was.
There
Log
it
out,
is.
log back in.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it actually comes right at the very beginning.
yeah, I knew it was at the top. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you click on it, then it'll allow you to go in there. You know what, we're gonna make you nervous, Larry. We're gonna watch you do it. How's that?
Oh man. Thank you.
And then I'll show you on the back end what it looks like. And you just type a bunch of gibberish. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll trust you this time.
You will trust me?
I will trust you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask Miss Rebecca and Miss Teresa if you would also. It doesn't matter. You can type a bunch of gibberish. I just want to have something in there so we can show you on the back end what it would look like from the teacher's point of view. Oh no. Really, Larry? Really? He's your favorite character? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're having way too much fun with this. Okay. That's good. You could go ahead and submit. Actually, it's
It won't
actually,
let me submit unless
you know
I have
why?
300
You know
words.
why? Because of the 300 words. I wonder if it'll let me go in and change that. So let me go in here and let me see if it will let me fix it.
Trying to get to 300 words, but this is not easy. Even doing gibberish.
Let me go back. Let me see. No, it's not going to let me do it.
I'm still going, but it's like, oh my gosh.
We picked the wrong number.
It's way too many. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to get there. I'm at 7980.
All right. Should we make another assignment very quickly? And I'll put like 2 words, 3 words.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and add one. And we're going to add this to the shark class. I'm going to add it to everybody's.
Does it not let you submit until the time is over?
No, it's got to be by words. So that's why it's not going to let me do that. So let me go in here just very, very quickly. And
But you got to see what I was typing because I heard you laughing.
well, yeah, but that's because I was looking at your stuff. So no, maybe it'll let me do something in here. Will it let me? It's not even letting me. Oh, wait. Let me update it.
Mine.
Okay, I just updated it, so it should take up to 5. All right.
But you know what? I'm kind of curious. What do you? Oh, there. That's what you see. Okay.
And now I'm going to go ahead and share, if that's okay, Larry.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to just kind of bump
But
you
I
off a
see
little
it.
bit.
I see it on the screen. I guess everybody's in the typing.com, so they don't
Yeah.
see it.
Okay, so which character? So I'm going to go ahead and look at it. It says 33% have turned it in, which means 1 person has turned in, which is fine. And I changed it to just a couple of words. And we have a couple people who haven't turned it. That's okay. But you can see who's completed it, who hasn't.
I knew Becky would do it. She's
Are you seeing this? Making sure you see this.
Yep.
So if I go into Rebecca's, I can click into Rebecca's, and now it's giving me progress for a lot of things. I'm going to get some information here. So for pre-keyboarding, she Okay, she did okay. I think these are some of the other things that you've done from before.
Yeah.
And parts of a computer. It looks like you've been in here a little while. Wow, look at all this stuff that you've done in here.
No wonder she's so fast.
I'll tell you what, huh? I can be pretty fast at some points, but not all the time. And at the bottom is where we're going to find that new assignment. Here we go. Okay, so the book character, she did it 100%. She took 2 minutes. Can you see this on the bottom here? And it's not, it wasn't checking the speed per minute because this wasn't a timed test. That you completed all of it. It looks like it didn't even check for errors. And the reason it didn't check for errors is, again, it wasn't a pre-loaded phrase or paragraph that you were asked to type. She was just free typing, so it was just her own words. So that's why that didn't make, do anything there. She got 3 out of 3 stars, which is awesome. And then I can actually click in here, I believe, and see what she did, if it will let me. It's not letting me. But I know I should be able to look in there. I can see all your other information in here. Let me go to assignments. Let's see, it's not going to let me do it in there either. That's interesting. I should be able to see it, but it's not going to let me. No, it's just going to show me your speed and all of that. It's I should be able to read that though. I'm not sure why. You have any idea there, Larry? Why that?
No, I'm trying to see what.
Yeah.
And if you go back into your class, go into my classes. And,
all right. Yeah. I'm in my classes.
And then go into the one that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then go into Miss Becky.
Yeah. And then it brings me right back here.
All right. Oh, it's still the same.
Yeah. But you should still be able to click on the assignment and read it. So
maybe on my assignments. Try on my assignments.
Maybe. Let me see. But see, this is where I was before. Then I clicked on you, and then it brought me here. So but it should be able to look at that. Let's see. Is it going to let me do it here on custom lessons? Not even there.
And it was completed. It was turned in basically because it was completed.
Yeah, and so you have how you have the little. Let me scroll down. I apologize if I'm going too fast, but here where you can actually delete the progress of the.
And you have on the top, you have the scoring by the graph, and you can see that.
Okay, let me see. Let me look at but I think that's just going to show.
And you see the report, right?
Yeah, this is just the reports, but it's not. Yeah, it's just going to give me the time. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that. Why we're not seeing it, because we're just seeing the reports. We're not actually seeing the what we should be seeing there. So I'm not sure why.
Let's see.
Now I could export it, and I think it, but I think it's just going to be a report. Okay. I mean, I can look at it real quick. I can go to student lessons here. I know you're not seeing this because this is in a different window. No, it's just a CSV. It's just a report. It's not the actual. So, I'm not sure on that one, but we'll see if we can figure out what's going on with that. This was how we created a lesson, a custom lesson. You can also do custom typing tests, and I actually have one, and I had the shark one, and Rebecca already did that one as well. And she got 74 words per minute. And all I did is I went and I found a PDF on surprise sharks, and I found a paragraph, and I highlighted the paragraph, and then I put it into the system here, and I'm going to show you like how you would make that. You're going to be the same kind of process of what we did to make the writing prompt. So if I go back to my lessons and tests, and I'm going to create a new lesson, and we're going to make this one a typing test. Then we name it New Sharks. We put the instructions in here, visible, which class is it going to be available for. And again, you know that curriculum is really important. It defaulted me to kindergarten again, but I know this is going to go to 4th grade because that's the curriculum that I chose for this class. And length, I can make it up to a minute. And right here where it says test screen content, this is where I'm going to paste whatever it is that I want. I can actually just start typing in there, and this could be content. Again, I was using sharks as an example because it's something that maybe I want my kids to really focus on. I'm actually just going to go in here. I'm going to highlight. I am on just a regular PDF, and I know you can't see it because it's on a different tab. And I highlighted it, I copied it, I pasted it right there, and that's it.
Oh, very good.
Now, one thing I did notice here says the C bottom that it broke it up. So all I did was
Just
delete it a
clean
couple
it, yeah.
times. Yeah, I just cleaned it up a little bit. And I also have Grammarly running, so it's looking at the word. It doesn't like that it has a comma in there, but I didn't put the comma in there. That was done, and so I'm going to leave everything, and then I create custom test. And there it is, new sharks. And then I would do the same thing to assign it, where I create the new assignment. I go to the class, which is the shark class, and then I assign it out. I assign it to the people that are in it. Matter of fact, everybody's in here. So I'm going to go to my assignments, add an assignment. This is a typing assessment. All right. And we're not going to use this class. We're going to use my shark class, and we're going to assign it to it. What I don't like is that I have to kind of click on everybody to put everybody in here.
Yep.
And that's the one thing I'm not super crazy about, but it makes it so I can be more personalized. I understand that. So I'm going to get everybody in there, and I'm going to select the lessons. And this one was called New Sharks. Continue. Title. Start typing. There we go. Leave it alone. Create the assignment. All right. So now all of you, if you refresh or log out, log back in, you will see this assignment in there, and it's a typing test, which means you're going to have to type what's on the screen. So this is going to be a little bit different than the writing prompt that we just did.
Okay.
This is the one that I should have made Larry show a screen for.
Oh, no. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Did you find it this time?
Yeah, I came in, but you do have to log out, log back in.
Yeah. Well, technically you would probably, I mean, I know I would want to have these assignments already. I wouldn't want to make this assignment during class time. I
Right.
want to make this probably ahead of time, because obviously this is going to be something I want them to read, or I want them to learn about, or type about, write about. So I probably want to have this already done.
Yep. No, that totally makes sense.
And again, sometimes we do like to do things on the fly. So, but then you got to worry that the kids aren't going to log back in and they're going to say, I don't see it. Sorry, don't see it. So something to think about.
What I really like about this, though, is not only can you assign it, and that's good, but students can just go on it on their own.
Yes.
And they can go from the pre-keyboarding, learn keys, punctuation. I mean, they have so many options already on top of your assignments.
We just have to make sure that those habits are good with the fingers. We have to make sure we're consistent with that as teachers. Is you've all seen the kids, and they've just got the pointer fingers going,
Right.
and some of them are very fast at that. The only problem is they could be a lot faster if they're using all their fingers, and that takes time to learn that. That's not something that's going to happen overnight for them.
Yeah, but what I would do is, if I'm going to do a little bit of keyboarding practice with my kids, maybe right after lunch, whatever it is, I tell them, okay, open up your typing.com. Let's go to pre-keyboarding. Go to lesson. Boom, you're in. Go. That kind of thing is the way I would do it.
I'm noticing no one has turned in their shark typing. That's okay. I understand. I do want to show you a couple of other things. I'll let you all work on that on your own time. But because I really want to get down to is the curriculum part of this, because there's quite a bit in there for teachers to use that's already built in. And again, we don't want to make this an extra thing that teachers have to teach. We want to embed this into what we're already doing. But under curriculum, you see, we have the pre-keyboard. All of them have the same thing. They all have pre-keyboarding skills, and it's based on grade level. And then there's learning the keys, and that will take them through some practice of, you know, moving those fingers around properly. And again, when you're learning those keys, that's when the teachers need to be making sure that the students are placing their hands in the proper location. Of course, punctuation and numbers, cross-curricular typing, and digital citizenship and communication. These are all, and they all have like little lessons in them. So if I'm going to go into the learn the keys, let me see. And you see, you can view the lessons. I'm going to go ahead and view the lessons. Okay. And it's going to show me what these lessons look like under learning the keys. And again, you just kind of go into any one of these that you want to. I'm going to view this lesson on D, E, and I. Okay. So it's there's a little video that goes with it. And then it's showing me what the screen content is, D, 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 if you know, where they're practicing. And again, this would be, I would probably do this whole group. Wouldn't you, Larry? You probably do this and walk around and making sure everybody is doing getting their fingers correct. And then each part of this is like this is a new, like an activity for them to do, each one of these here. There's quite a few of them. And you saw what the time was. I believe it said an hour total. That doesn't mean you have to sit there for an hour with the students. Each one will take a little bit of time, and then maybe you come back to it maybe on another day, or when you have just a little bit of time, because most of these are very short to the lessons to do. I mean, but it just takes that repetition and the consistency of doing it over and over again. Just like with anything, we only get better with practice. So all of us need, I know, even though I feel pretty good about my typing skill, I cannot look at my hands as I'm typing, but I know that I probably, if I went through this activity here, I know I would probably have some typos, just because I know how my fingers work. So, but it's here to help me. It's to help all of us to become better typists. Are there any questions about what we've seen so far? I'm looking at the clock, and we're getting close on time already.
No, I think we're doing all right. I don't see any
Okay.
questions.
All right. So we talked about, making your assignments for students. And again, use the content that you already have in your classroom. If you're studying a book of the month, find something from the book of the month, type it in there, and then allow them to type that. And then they're making that correlation with what they're reading with the typing. I don't know if we have any middle school or high school teachers in here, but there's this new thing called Prisms. I don't know, you saw them on television this morning within our district. And Arupa, who is the CEO of the company that where we've gotten this really great curriculum from, she thinks like a master teacher, and her thoughts, it comes from Einstein, that we learn by doing, which, wow, what a concept, right? Because we all know this, but we learn by doing, but not just by doing, but by movement. And so imagine you're trying to get your kids to get a deeper meaning of that book of the month, or that social studies concept, or that math concept, and you actually have them type it out. They might not get it right away, but you have to go and read each word as you're typing it. And so it is becoming internalized within you, and you're, oh yeah, that's starting to make sense now, because they've got the movement, and now it's going into your brain a little bit more. And what do we do after we finish typing something? We go back and we look at it one more time to make sure that it's correct, and that's just part of what we're supposed to do. We self-edit. So then again, that they're reinforcing that within side of them, and that's, to me, that's a great skill to have. So I guess I'm doing a little commercial for Prisms, but yes, it's a great program, and this is an offshoot of that. But I'm just thinking that this is a good way, because I know when I'm typing something, especially if I'm reading it as I'm typing it, it does stick with me more, because I'm remembering the movements of my fingers, and it's my whole body working together to make that connection. So I do see where using typing.com and your curriculum they do go hand in hand, and it's also going to help them to be better typers, which is what we want.
Yes, Natalia, I agree with you. Absolutely. But it's like anything. If a student has a way to get what they know into the keyboard or into a document, it makes their lives easier and they can be more creative. Students are taking the test, and I disagree with that whole concept. But if they can get their information down faster, they're going to do better. And so it's something that we need to work with our students. And there's no way our ITTs can do it all on their own either, because there's not enough time in the day. You have to practice to be good.
Well, and also again, that's separating. Again,
Yep.
that's saying that's something extra. But if we're embedding it within the curriculum and it's becoming part of their learning process, then it's going to become more natural. And then there may not be that hesitancy, because some kids they're not really overly thrilled with having to type things. Hence the voice typing that we've all come to become accustomed to. But it is a skill that we definitely need to teach our kids. And if this is a way that we can kind of encompass all of that together, I had another thought. What if we had this writing assignment, Larry, and this one student wrote this incredible paper, and it was a couple paragraphs long, and I go, hey, I'm going to take your great writing assignment, and I'm going to use it in typing.com, and that way everybody will get to see the amazing work that you did. That might be a little bit of a motivator for some kids. Hey, I want mine on typing.com. So I'm going to try really hard to write a really good paragraph for my teacher next time.
Yep.
So
totally.
Just something to think about. Well, we are just about out of time. So if we'll stick around if there's any questions. I would love some feedback, like in a couple weeks. Hey, we're using this and it's working out really, really well, because it's already there. We've already have all the accounts and everything set up for you. So, and if you do have any questions, not that we have all the answers, because we're still kind of learning it ourselves. But shoot us an email and we'll get on it and see what we need to do to get the answer for you.
Yep. And just by the way, there's a game version that's
Yes.
called Nitro Type, and
Yes.
those scores and that information goes into this also.
Yes. Where are the games? Let me go to the dashboard here. Now, let's see. Real-time activity. It's showing me what everybody's doing right now. I thought they were over here somewhere. Is it under the curriculum?
Go in there and go down.
I want to say that it's...
Go down.
I'm down as far as I can go.
Hang on.
On the student end, it's at the top. So
Is at the top? Oh,
Yeah.
on the student, you've got the games on your side. Yeah, I don't have it on my side.
Mhm.
I'm not in as a student right now. And then there's like Nitro Type, and there's another one. And then what you can do is you can invite your friends, and then you can compete against each other. I've seen kids do this, and they get really they love to do it because kids are competitive. Let's face it. I think adults are too. But that's you. Can you want to show your screen so that people can see where it's at? Real quick. Yay.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yes, that's it.
I like that Ninja keyboard. I'm curious on that one.
Keyboard jump. That one looks fun too. I dig the music.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, I can see my kids doing
Oh,
this.
yeah. So now you're trying to cut it. How cool.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
So the letter comes up. There you go.
And you see the number, it's changing based on how quickly you're hitting that key.
Oh, that's good.
Woo! There we go. Awesome. That looks like a lot of fun. And see, then you can say at the end of the period, hey, you know what? We've got 5 minutes left. Let's all get on Keyboard Ninja. for
But
5
they have to
minutes.
do it the right way,
Yes, they have to do it the right way.
not the Larry way.
Yes, thank you, Rebecca, for sharing your screen. Well, we'll stick around for just a couple of minutes, but if there aren't any other questions,
But go in and
yes,
play.
thank you,
Please.
guys.
Yeah, just
Thank
go in and
you.
play. It's
Yeah.
very easy to use.
yes.
It just takes a little bit of time to get into it and just play with it. But it's very, very easy.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
All
All
right,
right.
we'll be back next week.
Uh-huh.